don't think I will ever understand just what makes certain characters in the world of media tick. But I know what makes me ticked. We lost Carrie Fisher this morning. She died at age 60, no doubt from complications related to that heart attack she suffered on that flight around Christmas time. So everybody's depressed because she just passed away this morning in a year when we've lost so many celebrities and musicians. And then Business Insider decided to post something like this. What happens when the Queen dies? Dear Business Insider, this is the most heartless and tasteless, not to mention senseless thing that you could have posted, given the current circumstances and the events of the last 72 hours. How many people out there are saying things like, 2016 needs to go away, we've lost too many celebrities and entertainers this year? And then they post this. This is disgusting. Could have at least waited until after the first of the year. But wow. Somebody has no taste over at Business Insider. Let's move right along before I feel like getting some actual medication for depression because of how depressing this stuff is. So returning to the subject of my late mother's missal, it is not my intention to turn this channel into any kind of Christian apologetics channel, or make anything other than en passant references to traditions or religious observance. It's going to be limited mostly to the vlogs and stuff like that because of the more personal bent of it. However, it would appear that I have picked up where people in her family left off with destroying the plastic. It looks like this thing seems to be a little bit more cracked now that I'm actually trying to use this thing again on a regular basis. Now, I'm tempted to take off this plastic cover, except for the unfortunate fact that I think it's glued back here, and this would probably ruin this illustration if this ever came off. So, I mean, it had a good run. This is, what, half-century-old plastic? Let's see if we can manually override this with shipping tape. There we go. It looks stupid, but it works. I'm sure Mom would be proud. Well, what are you going to do? It's not like you can make this thing look brand new again. It's a bit hard to close now that it's all one piece again. Yeah! But at least this thing, focus, can now be held together with a little bit of plastic from this century. It looks horrendously stupid, but whatever. The good news also is that it looks like the rainbow bookmark that's falling apart can actually come out and be replaced by something else after all these decades. Let's see what Mom had the bookmarks on before we go doing that, though. Stations of the Cross. This is something that you see around Easter time and whatnot. But the Lutherans that I'm involved with would be very, very interested. There's some articles about indulgences around Halloween. And, well, look at this. Those who devoutly make the Stations of the Cross may gain a plenary indulgence. They do it 10 times, etc., etc., etc. So this is from the 1960s. So yeah, let's see what else she had marked in here. Interesting. October 24th for Saint Raphael, Saint Isidore, the farm laborer of a confessor, not a bishop, etc., was read. Very, very interesting. Never even heard of this person. Saint Isidore? Alright. Of course, yellow is the ordinary of the Mass. That's where the church service thingy would start. What's this? Preparatory. What do you do before you go in there? And it's in Latin as well. That was green. What did she have down for blue? Where was the blue bookmark? This page. Interesting. Confession. Okay, maybe there's something for that too. Maybe a confession booth or something. But that removes all of these bookmarks from where they were stuck for decades, which now means, of course, that the rest of it just comes out like that. So, yay, cool. This frayed thing from all those decades ago can probably be probably be replaced with something else at this point. I'm not going to take anything out of that one, but I can get one more of these things or something from somewhere and replace this old 1960s thing. The interesting thing is, though, without those frayed bookmarks and stuff, the rest of the book is in outrageously good shape. Now that we've fixed the cover so that it won't fall apart and stuff, although I am kind of curious, though, if I should take this on a road trip up to Massachusetts, see what the priest at this church says when I show up with this thing. 1959? You need something newer, man. Okay, enough of this book, darn it. It's practically a family heirloom at this point. But it's certainly been very interesting of a find. And what happened here? Can we clean that off? I don't want to risk... no, that's dust. Actually creeping underneath the dust jacket. We could probably clean that off with some 88-cent clean... no, there goes another crack in the plastic. Half-century-old plastic, man. I give up. Leave it as is. We'll just get new stuff later if we really want it. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm not replacing this. Look at what's engraved on there. St. Joseph Daily Missal bookmark. It even has a patent number and everything. So even the rainbow bookmark is specific to this book. Wow. Alright, enough of this old book stuff. We got some computers torn apart that we can look at too. The balance of this little video thing can be a discussion of what's going to happen next. So as you can see, the great sift tote is empty. I'm going to put some more stuff in it later. First off, turquoise, king-sized, flat. This is the closest thing to a green screen that I could spot in Walmart. It's not blue, but it's not quite as green as I'd like it to be. But I'm still going to try it out for chroma keying by draping it over the double curtains there, which I never want to open. Anyways, this Wii and Wii U box, that's what came with my Wii and Wii U. I still have the boxes. Probably going to toss them in a closet or something. Just not where the water could leak in if everything gets really, really cold out. Got a few more parts in the parts bin and a few other things as well. But I imagine we can probably pick things up with the computers and whatnot. However, beyond 10 years needs to begin before we do anything with this motherboard. But it's here. It's been sitting here since before Christmas. This Christmas crap got in the way of everything. Well, what does need to happen, though, those two need to go somewhere else. They're bowing the living crap out of the Sterilite drawers, which is why the entry-level Sterilite drawers are absolute rubbish. Rubbish! So, anyways, from here... Well, that sort of worked. But anyways, the 2005 system. Now, here's the bizarre part. That's not a bad case. That Antec case that I have over there has a nice paint job and some clear coats. If I could fix the door so it actually stayed closed, I'd gain another case, although that's a thick steel case. It's pretty heavy. But it is a home for a system and whatnot, so we could use it for that. Yeah. So, here's what I'd like to do. After we figure out what the heck's going to happen in Tuxedo with this motherboard, the 2005 system, I want to try and squeeze it into Fossil! Just as a proof of concept. We'll also yoink some parts from the Silver Bullet, like the power supply, in order to make this work, since that's dead to begin with. I have some other plans for the Silver Bullet, too, as the eventual secondary system, but for now, we need to see this. We gotta see if the Phenom 2 still works. Ditch the, I almost said Deutsch. Das Deutsch. There's a video series on YouTube called Get Germanized that I've been watching a bit too much of this afternoon. I happened to find a video where the guy came to America and the first thing he did was go to Aldi. Yeah, let's see what Aldi in America is like versus Germany. Auf Wiedersehen. Something. So, I'm watching a bit too much of that, but yeah, this stuff, these two computers look like they're in love, but they're actually bowing the crap out of the Sterilite drawers. Side note, this is why buying the entry-level Sterilite drawers is a fool's errand. You want to get the higher dollar ones that actually can withstand something being on top of them, because they're made with thicker plastic. What a concept! Something else that I need to figure out what I'm going to do about is these subwoofers. That thing is the 10-inch monstrosity, but it won't go below 30 hertz. Maybe carve out some space under here to squeeze all those in there until I actually want to do something with them again. I think I'll be just fine with just 2 speakers, even those yellowed horrid things, for the workstation project area setup and things like that. Anywho, so right. So that's what we're doing. So the next thing that needs to happen is the Beyond 10 Years channel overview, and then of course the intro to Beyond 10 Years is actually going to be similar to the WWMJs from previous years before the overly long 10-year celebration. So yes, Business Insider, you tacky bastards, you picked the worst article to write about when we've lost all these celebrities. Oh, and to our friends across the pond, God save the Queen! No, seriously. 2016 sucks. I officially hate it now, and I can't wait for it to be a gone year. Till next time, this is MultimediaJay, signing off. Thanks for stopping by.